we've fallen out. I've muted
Right, hello.
podcast
I think I'm
because
live here.
he is streaming this on his channel, and I'll say right from the off, if you are watching this tomorrow after, or even now, whenever, there's a link in the description to WhatsApp. Whatcast's
right. Hello,
channel.
everybody. This is Matt. This is Whatcast. I'm not going to do an intro today and stuff because we've only got a short time, so because you can see there. Katz has muted me. He's just doing his intro for his audience.
Very good content. So
we're going to have a little chat
don't watch it
about some random stuff. Probably have a little bit of flat earth in there or whatever.
I would say. Other than that, he's just giving an introduction to his channel. Because I've got him on mute. When he gives me a wave, I'm going to unmute him. And
so hopefully
we're going to have a little bit
well.
of a chat. We had originally planned
I've got a little smaller version of
we might do.
The live stream
off camera. We were saying,
can you
why
hear
not?
him?
We've only got an hour. It's going to be a hard stop at 8 o'clock. Why not have a little bit of a chat about the conspiracy world, the conspiracy scene, what we may or may not believe in, what we might give more credibility to, what we might not. So it'll be an interesting chat. I'm not sure what ideas he's got in store.
Oh, God.
But I'm looking forward to him. So, Jim Broughton, I do believe we will be meeting in Ireland soon. I think, possibly. I will certainly be there. Who else? We got the Snark. Snark, I have met the Snark.
Well, that's a fuck up.
We met in. There we go.
Tell him.
Lovely guy, the Snark. Okay, I'll unmute him.
Everyone, I tried to mute you, but for some reason everyone could still hear you. So I couldn't hear you, but everyone could. So I might as well just have you on here. I've just done an intro that no one could hear, but whatever.
Sorry, mate. Me and my big mouth. I would just say to anyone watching on my side, go and watch this at your channel because you link to the description. There we go. So
nice
hopefully
one. Thank
people
you,
are
mate.
doing.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Have you done your intro? You ready?
I'm ready, mate. You take this where you want to. You're the live stream experts.
Right,
you take it where you want to go.
I was looking at because I see you was getting a load of grief. I just mentioned to you. I see you was getting a load of grief for your thumbnail and people. There's a lot of AI hate around, isn't there, at the moment? Everybody fucking anything you do because I use AI a lot, but I try and do realistic looking AI because if I want to create a flat earth for a thumbnail. You've got to have like a fat dribbling mess, haven't you? That's a bit of a society's leper. So I kind of have those sort of people because that's how I see them, right? But a lot of people really hate it. They hate the AI music. They hate all this. How do you feel about AI? Are you nervous about AI, or do you think it's a good thing?
Honestly, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? I think for what I do for work, for what I do on YouTube and stuff, it can be really, really useful. It can be overused and it can make people lazy. And my thumbnail, I did it in like 2 minutes because I only had 2 minutes to do one. So I was like, fucking AI slop, let's do that.
Yeah.
But I think it can be useful. But yeah, I am really worried where we're going to be in like 5 years' time. How are we going to know what we're looking at, if it's real or not? And how's that going to be used in propaganda and kind of like cyber warfare? Like genuinely, it's frightening.
Yeah, it is. And I you know, when you hear these, I was thinking about this the other day, and because I used to be like, I think I've told you before, the podcast that I do, I still do it, but it used to be a lot more conspiratorial, and it was never serious, try and fuck with people's mind, but it was always discussion and a bit of a laugh. But oh God, could this be true? And you know, people always talk about the chemtrails and all that bollocks, right? And they say, oh, they are poisoning us and like all of this bollocks. And I always say to them, well, they're poisoning themselves, then, aren't they? Like, what the fuck? You know, you've not put any thought into this. That if they're spraying everything and we're all there, then they're included in that. But I was thinking the other day, like, say AI, I don't know if it sound like a fucking tinfoil hat here, but if AI becomes like, does every job, and there is this global elite, they ain't going to need anyone, are they?
What, AI won't need? Or you mean like the government
The
won't
people
need
that are
anybody?
left, they'll just use AI to do everything. And then it becomes a credible, could they be doing that? You know what I mean?
Well, you've got the Luddite scenario. Is my history right? Like the Luddites, what will happen if X number of jobs are replaced, for example, by AI? What will happen to those people? How will they earn an income? I'm worried more about it from that point of view. How are people gonna earn the way in society? I think that could be real. Oh, sorry, I've just got to put this is Mr. President has been a member for 12 months, and he's a very, very nice, generous man. He's just gifted 50 memberships to the
50.
channel. So I know it's ridiculous, and they are £25 each. He doesn't know that. No, they're not.
That'd be nice.
But that is extremely generous, Mr. President. Again, thank you so much. I'll just take that off, but thank you so much. So yeah, I am genuinely worried about it for a lot of reasons, and I'm not economically aware enough to understand what the real implications could be on, people being put out of work.
Yeah. I mean, I heard like Musk and all that talking about this universal basic income and stuff, that everybody is going to just have the same money, almost like total communism, and that would be the way forward. I couldn't really see a way other than that. If you don't need people to work, people just would then become a drain on resources, wouldn't they? And if there were this global elite, they'd be like, we need to cull the numbers here. You know what I mean?
It would.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's the only way I can see this being a reasonable way, because people are convinced that that's what's happening anyway. And I'm like, you people are insane. What the fuck are you talking about? But I was trying to reason with myself, in what way could that be a credible conspiracy? Yeah,
so if we were going to extend the story to find a way where that could be a legitimate thing, I see where you're going with that. Have you seen The Orville from the guy that wrote Family Guy?
The what? Sorry?
The Orville. It's like a Star Trek ripoff. This is linked to our conversation.
The Oval, are you saying?
Orville. The Orville.
Well, like Orville the Green Duck.
It's like the Enterprise, except the Enterprise isn't called the Enterprise. It's called the Orville. It's the name of the ship.
Yeah, I've not seen it, no.
It's like a Star Trek knockoff, but they put themselves in a position where, because the AI has kind of exploded and the technology with replicators and stuff has gone so far, people don't need money, and they're in that kind of site, and they've shifted it so like people's reputation becomes currency. So you work hard and you're promoted because you want to be known as, I don't know, the captain, or you want to be known as this. Your reputation's everything. Although I can't see that happening in like in reality. I don't think people would, they'd sit back and they'd just take, wouldn't they?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. Like, I remember there was probably sort of 6 months ago or something, I started doing shows with an AI called Maya, right? And it was like all the size and that in between speaking. It was like speaking to a root. You really did forget you were talking to an AI. But now that looks really old fashioned. Like, because even in that time, things have advanced even further. And now ChatGPT is better than that. And the other things, now you can create the videos on Grok and all this sort of shit that I've been fucking around with all this week. I've been doing that. And I'm like, where is this going? Like, the only reason I know, like sometimes now when I see like crocodiles coming out the water and dragging babies into the only reason I know that's AI is because I know I didn't see it until 6 months ago. You know what I mean?
Some of them are dead realistic.
Yeah.
Aren't they? I wonder if it'll be, maybe I'm being a bit doom and gloomy. Maybe I'm thinking, well, nobody's going to need to work anymore. But what if it's a shift in the type of jobs? Because if we're going to extend it to the point where nobody needs to cook, because it's all automated by machines, well, ultimately, there's going to have to be people to maintain the machines. And even if the machines are maintaining the machines, there's got to be people to maintain that. Like, maybe it'll be a switch in the roles that are needed, but far less hours, maybe.
They were saying they was heading towards like AI programming the AI. So it'd kind of plateau, like that was their fail-safe mechanism, whereas it couldn't get any more advanced because they're only so advanced and they're now in charge of making the machines. Don't know.
Yeah, I can see AI. I can see it getting to, I'm not a computer expert, but I can see that's a natural step. Yeah, AI kind of fathering and maintaining itself.
It's kind of scary when you get all of the main AI buffs giving it, there's a 20% chance it'll wipe everyone out, but an 80% chance, like, we'll roll that dice then. Like, fucking talking about it. Like, it could be a very good thing, couldn't it? Like, I use it and I hate it. So if that's the case, then everybody probably feels the same. People slag it off. I bet every single person that slagged off your thumbnail has used AI this week.
I use it all the time. I was using it, I was almost late for this stream because well, you know, I've taken my daughter dancing, and while I was waiting, I was walking around town for ages, and I was using AI then, just having conversations. You know, I try and use it to learn stuff, and it's great. You know, it's great. I love it. But everything has its place, I suppose.
Yeah, it's helpful, but it's kind of like cheating as well in a lot of ways. Like a lot of people do. Do you mind if I just do a couple of super chats here? I've got
shoot, mate,
Judy Bassett. I'm assuming she's come from your place. First time here, €5. Thanks, Judy. Harnold here. This is Harnold. He's a very generous man. We had a good run, meat bags, but the genie is out of the bottle. It ain't, and it's AI, and it ain't. Here you go. See what he's done there. Going back, see what I did there. I did see what you did there. Thank you, Harnold. And my mum bakes cakes here for $2 Australian. Space, comma. Cheers, mate. Nice one. So is there anything that you're even like, I know like you're known as a massive skeptic. Is there anything that you think has got any credibility in this kind of conspiratorial online tinfoil hat world?
I'll tell you what I've started looking into, and that's only because I follow a guy called Michael Franzese on YouTube. He's like he's Sonny Franzese's son, who was huge in the mafia, and he was a mafia guy himself, and he got out, and he makes videos talking about his mafia days and stuff. And he quite often touches on what like people will come to him and they'll talk about conspiracies, and for example, JFK.
Yeah,
and he very often says, well, he knows in his mind, he's like, I know for a fact that the mafia had a hand in this, for example. And I thought, oh, does he? Is that for clicks? So I am interested in like the political conspiracies for sure.
Yeah.
But so the scientific ones, perhaps not so much.
No. There has to be, like, this is what I always say to people when they come up with these crazy, like dinosaurs didn't exist, for instance. I say, what's the point? Like, why would anyone make that up as well as like the shape of the earth? Tell me the point. If you can tell me the point, I might get on board with and it doesn't really matter what the point is. Like, I want to read something. Have you ever had anything like this? I got this today, right? This is the mind of the nutcase, the conspiracy. This person just calls himself J Doe 9518. This is on a YouTube comment I got today. So he was quoting me because I was talking about people trolling and stuff, and basically the nameless, faceless trolls, they keep coming and I'll debate you anytime, and I'll give them a time and date and they don't show up, and it's getting a bit boring. So I'd said on this video, I said, look, I've been content creating for nearly 6 years now, and I've got to pick and choose what you waste your time doing. This quote, that's what I said. He's quoting me. And then he's written, LOL, never seen this channel before. At 3 minutes, I'm done. You have a day job putting out around 4 productions per week, very high production quality. Everyone, and this is what makes me think, Jesus Christ, is this a mental illness? He said, everyone on YouTube is a key holder to the brotherhood. So you have to find time for those meetings, and you've got to consume enough pointless content in order to get paid for your pointless content. Maybe invest in time and give Yuri a listen when he talks about useful idiots. What do you make of that? Do you ever get any of that shit?
I get shit like that. Oh, I used to get it a lot more, but what Yuri is he talking about there?
I don't know. Better not be Yuri fucking Geller. Is he going to bend a spoon?
That's the only Yuri I know.
Yeah.
Thinking, what? No, I get that all the time. I mean, you must have been called like 77th Brigade a million times.
Constantly. But it's weird for me because, like, I mean, I never did that, but I used to be of the mindset a few years ago that people were kind of all in on it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, during COVID and stuff like that, people would send me shit because I was never into it, but the friend I was doing it was, and everything, because you constantly look at things, and then you start getting pushback of like, you're a pair of pricks, basically. Why are you only looking at this sensationalist stuff? Look at what's reality. So you start researching both sides of the story, and you think, you know, this is there's probably a grain of truth in this. And the rest is just made up for someone to grift online. And the grain of truth isn't that bad, really.
The COVID thing was really rife for that kind of thing to take off, because I've got to be careful what we say on YouTube, because I've had loads of channel warnings and stuff. But and I was making videos countering the misinformation. But for example, with Flat Earth, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to explain why water doesn't stick to a ball and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's easy. But when somebody says, okay, well, this can of Pepsi tested positive on a lateral flow test, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, unless you actually stop and go, oh, fuck, I've got to go and learn how these lateral flow tests work now to try and figure out why that, and it takes a lot of, then you're going to be left with that question in your head. So I can see why it took a grip with a lot of people, because you hear these things, and then there's an awful lot of work and research to go fucking right, I get it now. I get why that should happen. So yeah, the COVID thing, I can see why it took off. But like you said, a lot of the people are just looking at one side. They're not actually asking those questions why, or they weren't.
No,
they're just, they're just farming the sensationalist sound bites out, aren't they?
And I always find it, especially with flat earthers. I don't want to talk about flat earth too much. I don't want to have a night off of flat earth, but they're obsessed with everyone else being indoctrinated, and they don't realize how much they indoctrinate themselves. All of these people, all they will watch is something to confirm what they believe anyway, and anything against it is just and turn it off immediately. It's really fucking weird. Like I'd like to know what both sides of the argument. That's why I'm not really political, because I fucking hate all of them. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't trust any of them, and I think they're all fucking lying. They're all corrupt. So why would you stand so firmly behind any of these people?
You're right. They do well with the flat earther stuff first. Yeah, they are very much like the most inside an echo chamber I've ever seen a group of people in my entire life. When I used to have the Conspiracy Cats channel, I used to do a lot more flat earth stuff. I'd appear on any flat earth channel, I'd just say hi, and that was it. Banned.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a glober. Banned. They're all about echo chat, and I don't get it. It's like they feel offended that people don't believe them. That, like, how dare you not believe me? I'm so offended. You must be such a cock. Block.
No. It is. Have you seen any of? I don't know how much you keep up with flat Earth stuff these days, but have you seen when Dave Weiss goes on? He started going on TikTok now, and he's literally got a minder with him, like some twat called Tron. And Tron basically vets the chat and only lets people up that he knows either don't know anything or are flat earthers. Like, how are you supposed to be having a fucking conversation? Like, he's pretending he's going to wake people up, but only talk to people that already believe what he's saying. So what's he even doing? I've got a gift, Mr. Present, 99, 20 gift memberships. Thank you, mate. Nice one. And I've got some super chats to read out in a minute. Remind me to read my super chats out in a second. You got did you want to say something about that? Because I got somewhere else I want to go here. But
just because, he's not known for his honesty, Dave Weiss, is he? No. He's not known for his honesty at all. But I do still follow the flat earth scene, and I will, if a video comes up and I think that's really caught my eye, I will make content on it. But I'm trying, because it's all I used to do. And I'm trying to break that cycle. If I can do maybe one every 6 weeks, I'm happy.
I know how you feel. Whenever I try and do anything else, it's like it just doesn't get the views, and it's just like, and I kind of don't know as much about it either, because I've been in this. Flat earthers were the bane of my life when I used to do the podcast, because they were such arseholes, because they would be attracted to the topics, and then they would find that we wasn't flat earthers, and then you just get attacked. And it's like, you're sheep. It's like, well, can you like me last week? What are you talking about? It's fucking weirdos. But what do you think about this? I don't know if we're allowed to talk about this. What do you think about this whole Epstein stuff?
I honestly, honest to God, hand on heart, haven't. So I haven't followed it from the beginning. So what I know is, obviously, he was a very, very dodgy man, and he died under a cloud, and then the files are coming out, and there's a lot of redaction, and to be honest, that's pretty much all I know. So you'll have to educate me on that, because I don't actually.
Well, again, I mean, there's definitely something to it, isn't there? There's either something to it, or Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell got arrested for trafficking to nobody.
Well, there was, over here, I don't know what the Americans have been following with Prince Andrew, but
oh God.
I don't think it'll be too long before more comes out to reveal his extent. I know that Trump, he wasn't he kind of like fighting back for a while about the files being released? Is that something that
It
he did?
depends. Like again, it's political. Everything's political. When who was the last one in? Biden. When Biden was in, everyone was screaming for these files to be released from the right, and they wouldn't release them. Just you won't release them because everyone on the left is on them. And now the right are in. This is the same. It's the reverse. And now he won't release them, and then he released some, but they're redacted. It's like you're all fucking there. You was all. It's probably all fucking there, and that's why they're all trying to protect certain people. There's no honesty to it.
I mean, well, we had a similar thing, I mean, not nowhere near the same scale at all, and I don't suppose it was trafficking either, but the older Operation U-Tree here a few years ago, where we found out that there was a culture at the BBC and with celebrities going back into the 80s, where it was just culture for them to take advantage of these young girls who were probably barely legal, and you know, it was a huge deal. So I have absolutely no problem believing that there was this culture, and they thought, 17-year-olds, you know, fair game, and now they're thinking, oh shit, you know. I bet there's an awful lot of people, that did it as if I'm not doing anything wrong, you know, who now think differently.
I've spoken to a guy that, I mean, everybody shits on him. I don't know. His name is John Wedger. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
So he was an ex-Met detective, and he's like a whistleblower on a lot of this paedophile ring stuff, like the elite shit, like with what we're sort of talking about. And he names some names, and I think, fucking hell. I mean, I will know in my lifetime if he was telling the truth, because he's told me some people that that it's not out there yet, and it's allegedly, according to him, cannot be released until they die, really. So if that does happen, I'll be like, hang on, I need to look at this. You know what I mean? Because I'm just kind of, I'm quite good at just dismissing shit like that. It's like, no, this bloke's just talking bollocks to try and get a bit of traction on the internet. But I don't know. I think that stuff like that definitely goes on. That Andrew was fucking weird. Did you ever hear about that story when he used to take a photo? This is one of the bodyguards said he used to take a photo of his teddy bear. This bloke, what is he, 60? Yeah. Do you remember
on
that
his
story?
bed?
Yeah. And then they had to put them back exactly how the picture said.
Yeah.
The fuck?
It's not right. Yeah, but apparently he got dead abusive, didn't he, to the
yeah, you could imagine.
The roommates, whatever you call them, that go in and sort, you know, yeah, caught screaming at them and all sorts. Now, I wouldn't normally like say stuff like that if I didn't know it was true, but this story's been told by one of his own personal bodyguards so many times on huge platforms. Like, I'm not a fan of James English or whatever, but you know, he's been on the James English podcast. It had hundreds of thousands of views. He's told it on other. I'm pretty sure if there was no truth to this, he would have been slapped with some sort of defamation claim or something.
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
But yeah, he sounds like a very dodgy. I mean, I just wonder what will come out about him in future. And I mean, I don't want to speculate. I wonder.
Is that what you was thinking, Charles?
No, I don't think he's done anything like that.
Really? He was Savile's mate, though, wasn't he?
Was he? Was there a link there?
Did you never see the that Louis Theroux documentary with Jimmy Savile when he was alive? Like he spent some time with him, and he was constantly banging on about how Charles was always at his house in the Highlands and all this.
I only saw that when it originally aired. Never gone back, and so I mean, how old must I have been then? 20, something like that. How old is that? Like 25 years?
Oh God, it must be. It must be. It's got to be probably early 2000s, even late 90s. I can't remember. When did he die, Savile?
Not long ago enough. Let's have a look. Death. The Americans are probably thinking, who's Jimmy Savile?
No, they all know him now since Netflix covered him.
2011.
Oh, sorry, I've just been reminded to read super. Thanks, Dan. Unfornicated just says, don't forget to read super chats, Matt. Right, I'm reading them now. I'm on it. Right, let's do it. Where do we start from here? Yeah. So Mike Gurney, £5 says, no one is going to call out Cleavage K, what the fuck? The Regina Cougar for using Mikey for clout. I don't know what that means. Mikey who for clout? I'm lost. You are you talking about, Mike? CMS Conspiracy Music Studio says Arnold and I absolutely refuse to believe you can make videos with AI. No, sir, nah. These two make AI videos constantly. Funny. I'm fornicated. $5. Brandolini's law or bullshit asymmetry principle is a pain in the arse. Every 30 second conspiracy requires hours of research. Yeah, that's why no one ever does any. And they just spout it like it's truth because they just watched a video that said that it was. Vicious Cycle. Cats was probably the first counter flurf channel I saw on YouTube. How the hell did it devolve to me now watching Matt's channel? Cheers, yo. Yeah, I know, thanks. Vicious, nice one. And My Mum Bakes Cakes, one more here. Flat Earth model, the painted plate. Yeah, it is. That's what it looks like to me. No real pictures of Flat Earth still.
There is a guy on TikTok, and he really does just have a painted plate. That's his model. Yeah, I fucking love it. Shines a torch and goes, "This is how the sun works." Oh, so it's just like shine.
And all the people that think everything else is stupid, they're going, "Yeah, look at that. It's explained fully there."
Yeah, that lit up bit is the day bit. That's how it works. How day and night works. The bit that's lit up.
Did you see those dickheads? I done a video on it the other day. It was what the fuck was his name? Matthews or something.
Dave Matthews.
No, not Dave. A young bloke.
The influencer, not Dave
Matthews. Ed Matthews.
Yeah, I did see it.
You're going to go fly to the ice wall. And his brother's about 7, but when he becomes a pilot, he's going to be his pilot because his brother's a kid with a dream to be a pilot, so he's already chartered the plane apparently.
Now, I was going to look into Ed Matthews because he's quite a controversial character. Is the guy, but when I watched that clip, one of the guys who was with him, and I can't for the life of me, I can't remember his name, but he was stood at the far left. He was. He's massive. He's all over YouTube Shorts. He's all over TikTok as like a comedian. He does like sketch and satire stuff. So I watched it and thought, oh, is this part of a satirical sketch that he's doing with him? So I just thought, oh, it might be. But yeah, I haven't come back to.
He's done loads on it though. But he's. I mean, I don't know what. He always seems off his head when he does anything. These people.
He's done loads of flat Earth content. Ed Matthews, is he?
Done loads of ice wall, like he believes. Like his ex-bird was in Big Brother a little while ago, and she was banging on it. She started banging on about flat Earth in there, and someone sent me the clip, and I'm like, oh my god! And it makes sense now because obviously he's indoctrinated her into this is reality, and she's people don't look at it, do they? They just. So if someone says to you, how can people be upside down in Australia? People just think, oh, yeah, that's weird. And then they're convinced. And that's really all it requires. I don't think about, that they're not upside down or any of the... Anyway, let's stay away from this topic for the evening.
Well, Clarence has got a question for you. Thank you, Clarence, by the way, for that super chat. Have you now, I know what WK stands for, but I know what you call it. But are you actually referring to the...
No, I don't know what it was. So wank juice. So we had Dave. Well, we didn't have Dave Weiss on. We was covering a video from Dave Weiss, and he was drinking this weird substance. So I just called it wank juice, and it just sort of stuck. So now it's just like that's the currency on the lives that we do now. Wank juice. So.
And I love the term. I love the term. And Harley's thank you. I do need to get that Discord sorted. I absolutely will. So thank you for the reminder, and thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, God, where were we? Okay. So, conspiracy theories. We talked about JFK a little bit. I mean, I don't know if, like I said, I'm just looking into that. I am interested about this. I'm not saying there is or there isn't. I'm saying that probably the standard version of events is probably true. But I'm just interested with the fact that Michael Franzese keeps banging on about it, and he doesn't ever talk about any conspiracies ever. He's not the type of guy who I've ever thought talks about any conspiracy at all. He just gives his opinions of what he saw when he was in the mafia, and he just says, "Listen, I am absolutely convinced from what I saw and what I heard that the mafia at least had some kind of role."
For what reason? For what what would be their what would they gain?
He was saying that. Kennedy was working with I'm having to stretch my mind here, but it was something to do with law enforcement and cutting down the profits for the mafia families. So basically, they were suffering because he was getting too strict on them.
Okay.
So they were like, don't like that idea, so we're going to get short of him. It was something to do with that, but I'm just paraphrasing there. I can't remember the exact details.
Yeah, it does sound, the whole thing does sound dodgy when you watch, but then people can spin, this is what I'm careful of, people can spin things to, like if you watch a conspiracy theory show that's about conspiracy theories, they're going to make it look like a conspiracy, aren't they? Because otherwise you're just going to be like, that was a waste of time. I've just spent like, I remember when they did there was a show on Diana's death that time in 97, or they did it a few years later, and they... it was like, finally it'll all be revealed, and everyone's like, get all salivating, we're going to find out they actually killed her in the tunnel and all this. And it turns out that the show just concluded that it was just a crash, and everyone was disappointed. Like, was that all it was? Like, so like, it was kind of got slagged off for that. But
yeah, people tend to watch conspiracy shows because they want there to be some big unveiling and some big discovery, don't they?
Yeah.
So I mean, but some what's that series that that goes way too far? They did the fucking Jesse Ventura used to be on it. I can't remember what it's called.
Conspiracy Theory, it was called. Yeah.
Oh, they've just called that.
I watched all of them. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, when you get something like that that just goes so far in on every single episode, it's like watching Most Haunted over here. You know, it's all.
Oh my God, Most Haunted. I'll keep promising to do like a watch along of a Most Haunted episode because I think they're so ridiculous. But I was watching something the other day, I think it might have been the Big Fat Quiz of the Year or something like that. And they had a clip for some reason, it was about TV, and it had Derek Acora when he used to be on Most Haunted, and he was giving it Someone Loves Dick or something. Do you ever see that clip?
Yeah, Mary Loves Dick.
Oh, I was like, fuck me, what episode is that? I want to watch that episode.
Well, watch this.
Oh, you got it.
Mary loves dick.
you just said, no one's ever going to believe that was by chance that just happened. How did you have that lined up?
I've got a load of clips lined up that I like to use every now and then, like this one.
He's back all right. I'd sure like to fist him.
I've just got stupid ones like Nathan Oakley.
It doesn't have lips.
Like that.
See, wait, is the good to have? The good to have.
I've got about fucking 20 of them. I'll just play them all. So random. Yeah.
Oh God! But yeah, no, that was Most Haunted. Actually, when they did the very, very first episode, they went to a place not far from where I live. Actually, and I could probably drive there in 20 minutes. A place called Bake Up. They did the Bake Up Empire Theatre. And it was quite big because the show hadn't established itself as being quite obviously fake. You know, and it hadn't established that. It was like Yvette Fielding from Blue Peter, she's going to lead this team. It's going to be a serious investigation. Everyone's like, "Oh, Bake Up Empire Theatre. Whoa, what's it going to be like?" And it was massive around where I live. Yeah. But then obviously,
they do the live show now, Most Haunted, don't they? And everyone complains about it. I remember I've got to give a bit of credit though. Yvette, we done years ago. We done like some like Starlight Foundation, like children's charity thing. We done a Halloween party to raise money and whatever. And so I just sent off to loads of celebrities to, can you donate anything for this blind auction? And I wanted Most Haunted tickets for the live show to see if, because it was Halloween, I thought that's a good theme for like the top prize. Someone could go on the Halloween show and it was on TV, whatever. And she just sent back like a fucking, almost like a porno picture of herself signed. And that's what we got. And I'm, what the fuck's this? Sex symbol Yvette. Like, it weren't really porn, but it was like, I was trying to look all sexy, and I'm just like, hang on a minute. What you fucking do? This is OnlyFans?
It's like the most random thing in the world. Yeah. You write to a Blue Peter presenter and she gives you a picture.
Yeah. But it's not even, I was very specific. I was like, listen, Fielding, I want fucking tickets. And she's like, I'll just have this. I was like, oh. I suppose it was something instead. No, not many people sent anything back. We've got a Ferrari cap. I think we've got an Arsenal signed poster or something from Chelsea. That's about it.
Oh, dear me. Oh, that story's brilliant. That story's brilliant. Maxley, thank you. He sent me £1, but he's forgot to send a super chat message. But thank you very much.
Come on, you got to send super chat messages. My lot get really pissed off if I don't read a couple more here quickly while we're doing that.
I think he sent it, but it just hasn't shown up. Sorry, go on.
Do they pop straight up on your StreamYard? I can't remember how it used to work when I did it.
They do for my channel, but because you're screen grabbing this, yours won't.
Yeah, mine pop up on mine. I'll just have to, but I have to send them. So DCR 1979 for $10 says just joined the chat, so I don't know if you've done it today, but your American accent is incredible. It's not. It's terrible. I just do like the worst redneck ever. Unfornicated says the only conspiracy theory that I subscribe to is the USS Liberty, but I researched it and I don't believe the government narrative. What is the USS Liberty then?
I'm going to have to Google that. I'll Google that while you read out the others.
Yeah, that was it. So if you come on, the pressure's on now. Come on. Quick.
Oh, it was an attack on a spy ship, a US spy ship. And let's have a look. Who's any... Unless the conspiracy is some kind of false flag or something. I don't know. I'd have to have a look.
That Jesse Ventura that you mentioned, he always used to bang on about the what was the ship that they sunk? Oh God, he used to say it all the time. I can't remember the name of the ship though. He used to say something about that it got them into the Vietnam War or something like that, and it didn't happen. It was completely false. And they all admitted it, like all of the army admitted it. The people that was in charge did it to blame it on the Vietnamese or something.
Vietnam War. Let's have a look. The Gulf of Tonkin incident.
That's it. Yeah, Gulf of Tonkin. Yeah.
There was a clash between. Let's have a look. This is going to be entertaining for everyone as I just sit and read this. Just read it quietly. So is the idea that it was not sunk by the Vietnamese? Is that historically come out as being true?
Well, he kept referencing someone called. Oh God, I'm terrible. My memory's going. What did he call the guy? Oh, anyway, some guy. Because he used to be a Navy SEAL or something, and so he's still kind of like in with a lot of the old generals and everything like this, and they'll kind of have these get-togethers and whatever. And he said that, McNamara or something he called him, McNamara. I think that was the surname. He said that he said it was a false flag. He said it never happened. It was the whole thing was invented to anger the American public into supporting the war.
It's on Wikipedia. McNamara. I'm just reading his name. Yeah. McNamara.
Easy for you to say.
He did not mean the whole premise. He did not. Now, so this is just according to Wikipedia. I'll look at the source in a minute. He didn't. Basically, he admits that the decision to attack was questionable. 56. I mean, I don't know anything about this, but I mean, all we've got to do is look at what Trump is doing, perhaps with Venezuela at the minute. I mean, I'm not highly educated on politics, but I think everyone seems to think that's a little bit questionable, and absolutely nothing to do with oil whatsoever.
No, yeah, he said he's keeping the oil, didn't he? But it depends on what you watch. Again, everyone pushes their own narrative, don't they? Like I've seen loads of videos of Venezuelans so happy that this has happened. I mean, was this guy a prick or not? Like, I know that it was a communist country and a lot of people didn't like him, but it's not really anyone else's place to go just remove him.
It is very difficult. I mean, I just want to thank you, Turing Test, by the way, for my coffee or Discord. Thank you so much. I hope our mutual acquaintance is doing well as well, by the way. Say hi from me. But yeah, I mean, I've got to imagine the country that you live in, like what you are kind of like fed and the information you're given about certain events, etc., is obviously going to be coloured by the country you live in. I was watching Top Gear last night, just a silly example, not political one. They drove through Argentina. They'd put a silly number plate on the back of the car, referencing the Falklands War or something, and they got attacked. Like the cars were stoned. Do you remember that incident?
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, like in Argentina, I bet in the news that was presented as, the BBC are coming and they're taking the piss and they're trying to, they're trying to inflame us and aggravate us, etc. Whereas over here, it was just put out on Top Gear as a bit of a comedy sketch.
Yeah.
As if like, oh, look at the Argies, just like overreacting.
It is mad. Did you ever remember that? I don't know whether this was true, but if this is true, this is the best one ever. With North Korea, when apparently I heard, whether this is internet rumors, but I heard that Kim Jong Un, or whatever the fuck he is now, what was the other one? Ill, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was so ill he died, and now he's got Un. He's got the other. His son's come through, but it's one or the other. And they lied to the entire country because they're not allowed to have internet or watch TV or whatever, live TV. And they apparently lied that North Korea had won the World Cup.
Yeah. They not that they'd won it. What they'd done is, I can't remember. It was the final, and one of the teams in the final, the one that lost, had beat North Korea in the knockout stages. So they didn't play it, and they lied and said that the team that did win it were the team that beat them, so they could say we only got beat by the champions or something like that.
Yeah,
but
that's right.
Yeah, they definitely
done so well. They didn't even qualify, did they? Did they qualify? I don't even remember if they qualified.
I can't remember. Or it might have been in the qualifiers or whoever. But it was somebody that they definitely lied. What they've also done, 100%, is and I can't remember the movie. Somebody in the chat might remember it, but there was a film out there, and they disagreed with the messaging at the end of the film. So when they allowed the film to be shown in Korea, I think they just stopped the last 20 minutes instead of allowing the 20 minutes at the end to play out. They just put this scrolling card.
Yeah,
like where they just narrated their own ending to the film. God.
But then again, we laugh at this, but there'll be conspiratorial people that will tell me that you can laugh, but that's what they're doing to you as well with our films. They're telling us, they're brainwashing us in our own films. The latest one, have you seen that thing with the Charlie Kirk stuff? They're talking about a film called Snake Eyes with
Nicolas Cage. What's the link with Charlie Kirk on that?
So apparently someone got shot in the neck at an event in this film, and his name was Charles Kirkland. And right. the shooters, someone else had the same name as the shooter or something. This is what they're all saying. And it was September the 10th. In the film, and it was September the 10th in reality. And I thought, this has got to be bollocks, right? This is a bit of a, they're kind of, the names sound a bit similar and it's a similar sort of thing. But then I looked into it, and it was in the film, it was actually September the 19th. So it wasn't the same date. Jeron ran with it and said the 10th. I then said, that's not the 10th. And then he said, oh no, I went and watched the film and to see for myself, because Jeron's grown a brain now, and he actually will question everything, which is kind of the way I went. It's like you just believe it all the time, and you just think, oh look. And there was a blurry screenshot that people were sharing. The 19th looked a bit like the 10th, but it was deliberately blurry. And these people will willfully do this. And today there's some prick called True Earther. He's on a lot of the social medias. He's a flat earther, but he talks about all this bollocks, Tartaria and all this other stuff. And he's now going with this Charlie Kirk things, talking about this Snake Eyes. And I think, when you get to a point where you think, I can't even be bothered to correct another person in the comment section because it won't matter anyway. He's still going to make a video about the same thing tomorrow, and he won't look at anything I've told him to check. It really does piss me off. And I think it pisses. I was trying to think the other day, why does this annoy me so much? Because I kind of know their mindset, because I sort of was there. But it pisses me off because it makes people mentally ill. I think that's the reason.
It does. I mean, you imagine you're in a world where everybody has to be lying to you. You can't trust anybody. Nothing is true.
That's right.
And therefore, what's the point in anything? What is the point in trying to go to work, trying to have a job? Because it's not going to lead anywhere, because you're not in control, and it's got to damage your mental health.
Yeah. Like someone said to me the other day, the same prick I was talking about that keeps challenging me to debates or whatever. He said to me, it's because of pricks like you that the suicide rate is so high. You're an online bully, blah, blah. And I think to myself, are you fucking serious? Like, I don't make fun of people on the internet but if they've got stupid beliefs. I'd still have a normal conversation with if they was all right to me. I've done it loads of times. But you're watching people that are telling everybody that everybody's trying to kill them, that everything they see is a lie.
Yeah.
Every film they watch, they can't enjoy anymore because there's secret messaging in it. Music's got mysterious back sounds that you can't hear that's demonic and it's making you kill children. And people believe this stuff, and I'm responsible for suicide, am I? For like, that would make me commit suicide if I believed all of that.
It's balmy, isn't it? It is balmy. I just want to thank, I'll take this off in a second, but before I forget, I want to thank Mustache Mac for that. And welcome from Florida. I mean, well, you live in Florida. Welcome from Florida. I'm not getting that right, am I? Welcome to people from Florida. I'm going to give up now, but thank you.
You ever been to Florida?
No.
Oh,
I don't like getting on a plane.
Don't you?
I'm not. I mean, I do fly a little bit now. Like, I'll fly to Germany, or I'm flying to Ireland to see a friend in a couple of months. But I went 20 years without flying. I didn't like it that much.
For what? Like, you just don't like the feeling, or you get ill, or what?
It's completely irrational. Like, I mean, I taught physics for 20 years, and I understand it's like statistically the safest way to travel. So, but I just had this. It was irrational, completely irrational, and I accept it's irrational. Just this, like, I just don't want to do it, but I do it now. But yeah, there was no real reason other than just an irrational hesitancy.
Is it nowhere you'd really love to go though?
Well, there was. I wanted to go to Cologne in Germany, so I was like, "Fuck."
I went there, coach though. I went there by.
How long did that take? About 2 days, day and a half?
No, bad day.
Oh, did you go over the ferry?
Yeah, I can't remember. It was like a Christmas market thing. We left. It's ridiculous o'clock in the morning and got there like kind of last thing at night.
Was the market outside the cathedral? On cathedral grounds?
There was about 4 there. Yeah, there was the main one was outside the cathedral. Did you make it there then?
Oh, I've been a couple of times now. Yeah,
good, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
There was, I don't know if people in the chat remember, but there used to be a YouTuber called Jessie. She used to go by like Nintendo. I think she still does Instagram or TikTok now. She doesn't post so often because she had a child and busy. But we went over and they live in Germany, and they actually came up, met me and the wife and kids and stuff. It was really nice, really nice.
Yeah, I used to travel all the time, but it's just like then COVID happened, and then we had some money problems and whatever, and couldn't really travel as much. But now I've just started doing it again. It's like, but I realize as you get older, it's like the travel really pisses me off now. I love going to places, but I fucking hate getting there, and I especially hate getting home. Getting home really pisses me off. It's like, especially if you're fucking stuck at an airport and all you want to do is just get in your own bed and you're stuck there delayed. And then you just think, I can't be really bothered. And then you think, yeah, if 9/11, that might happen to me. So I'm good, not in this point.
Yeah, just I know what you mean about coming home. Even if I go on any holiday, even if it's just in the country, just for me, knowing you've got to come home and go straight back to work kind of takes the shine off the last couple of days of your breakaway. So I always book an extra couple of days. If I'm going away anywhere, I always book a couple of extra days. So I think I can come back and I've still got like a couple of days off. I've got a short week because I'm a miserable bugger when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah. I remember I was gonna show a video today, but only because it had this like Barry Step, right? He does. Have you ever watched any of his stuff?
I have.
So
I've seen you do him.
He covers lots of different topics, and it's why it's like quite fun to cover because it's not just the same thing. But one of them he was talking about, and he's generally quite wrong about everything he says. Like for a start, he called Witsit Will Duffy, like with confidence, even though just because it had Will Duffy written at the bottom of the screen, he just didn't check to see who it was. This guy calls himself a pastor. No, that's Witsit. What the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, he was doing this thing about like talking about the digital ID, and it's like they're saying that the digital ID is now mandatory in the UK. These people, I actually said this when it first came out, but it's not, is it? Like it's not mandatory. And is it? Do you know if it's mandatory for newborn, for people born now, like when it comes in?
I don't know. But when it comes to digital ID, what I'm confused about is how it will, because I mean, you'll have looked into this more than me, so this is a genuine question. Like, how will it look different to what we've got now? Because I know, obviously, I've got my national insurance card, I've got my birth certificate, but I know there's electronic versions of that already out there. Like, how's the electronic ID different in any way?
Well, when you hear a lot of the horror stories about it, I'm not a fan. Like when you hear about like Chinese credit systems and all this malarkey and everything being tied to your digital ID like that. When you read about what could happen, it's like I think there's already Amazon shops or some Tesco's or whatever that you can walk into without, just completely contactless, pick up what you want and walk out with it. And it just takes it from your bank account. Wow. From an app that's on your phone. So if they're not open, they are very soon to be. So like literally a security guard on the door, and that is it. Like you don't need to be served by anyone. You just pick up what you want, and it will deduct what you've took from your account. But then when people start talking about carbon footprint and all of this sort of stuff, and then there's talk of limiting how much meat you can eat and limiting this and limiting how much money you can spend on what you want to spend it on, especially if it comes down to, I'm saying like fucking right tinfoil that now, but like if it comes down to when there is if there's a universal basic income where everybody just gets credit from the government just to live and then kind of gives it back digitally, but they're not allowed to overspend on this or they won't get it. It's quite a scary future. I'm sure it won't happen, but it's daunting.
I wonder, actually, that Amazon shop you talked about, I've been in one in the Excel Centre in London. For me, I didn't have an app on my phone. I had to just put my bank card, like the contactless thing, on the way into the shop.
Yeah.
I just did that. And then I just took what I wanted and left, and it charged me. But yeah, I wonder if that opens the door for dynamic taxing. So, you go and you buy and the government clocking up your carbon footprint and stuff like that. And then it's like, well, you've bought 4 lots of toilet roll from this country. We're going to tax you a little bit more on that. I wonder if that'll be something they'll try and introduce on the back of that.
Well, again, with this, like the carbon, I don't know what they call it, green points. I don't know what they call it, but there's people putting out on the internet that there's these things on food in shops now, and it says this is 3 carbon points or something. And they're trying to suggest, and this is why it really fucking annoys me when people just don't tell the truth because they want clicks. That sounds like, fuck me, are they going to start counting how many carbon points I can have every week? I'm not going to be free to do what I want with my own money, blah, 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 blah. But what it actually is they're trying to tell you how green it was to make that product. So as you might not want to buy it because it was harmful to the environment to produce. And that's what it means. And I wish people would just say that, like rather than... Yeah. This is coming off of my score. Well, what device is doing that then? Because we haven't got one that does that. What are they? They're not limiting anything you're buying at them. I'm not saying they fucking never will, but they're not at the moment, are they?
I got, this is where I'm going to get in trouble again. I got in trouble on this channel a while ago because I made a video mocking Just Stop Oil. And it's, I'm a science teacher for a living. I do believe in climate change, obviously. I do believe in man-made climate change, obviously. I don't think there's, I'm not questioning that at all. I don't think it is questionable in my opinion. But when it comes to this is the point I made, right? Other than the fact I just thought Just Stop Oil were targeting the wrong people. I don't know what your feelings are about. Well, let's go with that first before I say what I said. What are your feelings about Just Stop Oil and their behaviour and stuff?
I'd punch them in the face if they got him. Like they're irritating as fuck. They're not making. They're not. If they think they're righteous, then they're doing it the wrong way to get the public behind them, aren't they? That's my view on them.
Well, that's my view. If you want to create a movement, it's not enough just to have a virtuous reason behind you. You've got to do it in a way that gets the public behind you. And they were doing it in a way that pissed everybody off. And that was my point. And I think I lost about 700 or 800 subscribers in a day. It was like, how dare you mock? I was like, oh, okay. You got
to be. I find that on there. If you give certain opinions, it is very weird content creating, isn't it? It's like people want to support someone that shares every single one of their views, and it's just not fucking possible, is it? Like we all disagree on different things. So I just, when I watch people now, I just overlook if I don't agree with certain things they say, because I enjoy the things that I do enjoy, and I don't really take it personally. But you are bang on, like, and if this loses me, viewers, so be it. But Just Stop Oil, you're coming in ruining sporting events. The thing that bugs me about them the most is when they block the roads and shit. Like, imagine if you was in an emergency and these pricks will not be moved. I would do anything to get them fuckers. I'd set fire to them to get them out of the way. Like, if it's a life or death situation, what point are they? Imagine if it was on the news that a baby died or something because they blocked the road. They would have no support at all, and they'd be finished.
Well, the thing is, they were gluing themselves to the road, you know, so and main road. And there was that one instance where, now luckily the ambulance was empty, but it turned out the ambulance was empty. But an ambulance was trying to get to the hospital as fast as it could. It didn't have a patient in it, but it was trying to get back to base, or whatever. It was trying to get to the hospital, and it couldn't because there was Just Stop Oil had actually blocked the road it would normally take.
Yeah.
But what that means is subsequently, any other ambulance that's coming from that direction that does have a patient in it as an emergency have now got the fastest route to the hospital fucking blocked by people who've glued themselves to the road. I mean, thank God on the day, nothing actually happened. But you're not, who are you getting on your side with that?
Nobody is the answer. Like they are frowned upon by everybody because of the way they did. And that what they said is, well, everyone knows who we are, though. Yeah, but what good is that? Like, you're known for being a bunch of pricks. Like, why did you want that notoriety? Like, wouldn't you rather be known to be those people that are, like, share your information if you've got information that you think that what you're doing is going to help. Share that. Like, create a party or something and pay for some airtime or whatever, rather than pissing everyone off, because you're already fucked now. Like, it doesn't matter what they say now; they are known as those arseholes that stop people that stop sporting events and life and everything like that. And and a lot of them are very, and against him. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, have an opinion no matter what age you are, but they're very young sort of kids, and they're so talked down to people that even if they're right, it's not going to go down well with someone that needs convincing of an older generation, is it? Like some kid that's never lived, glued to a road, giving it, you people don't understand. Like, you've literally just come out of school. What do you know about anything?
I think the recruitment, and that's another problem I've got with Just Stop Oil, is I actually got on the mailing list just to see what they were saying, and they were often talking about recruitment drives. They'd send out, emails and stuff, and the amount of times it was a recruitment drive at X university or Y university or such and such a college, and it was very obvious that they were kind of like targeting young people that were very idealistic. I mean, my daughter's 18 and she really cares passionately about the environment. She wants to do right by everybody, but perhaps she hasn't got, I don't know, she's perhaps not developed enough of an awareness yet about what actually is effective, what isn't effective, what does good, what doesn't do good. So she's the type of person who might just jump on something like that. Oh, I want to save the environment. Let's go. Glue myself to a road. Yeah. And, because I'm saving the environment, whereas the rest of it is lost on them. And then these people, they end up with criminal convictions. And I don't know. I'm not a big fan.
No, me neither. And a lot of them, it's a virtue signal as well. They don't even really understand. It's just the latest thing to get behind for applause, I think. And that puts people off. Some people really do believe in it, really passionate, and they live by the standards. Did like a few years ago, there was some girl, and she was up on a bridge or something. I don't know what she was doing. She was obviously from a well-off family or whatever. Not that makes any difference, but she was up on a bridge, and the motorway stopped. I can't remember what she did, but it turns out that she was like this musician or something. She was like constantly jet setting all over the world. It's just like, what point are you fucking making? Like, once you've got famous on the news and people look into who you actually are and see how you live your life, you've now just ruined your entire point. Like, not saying, again, travel, why not? But
there was a few of that. There was some that escaped escape prison, and I'm trying to remember exactly what the story was now, but I think it was something like they escaped prison, and then to celebrate, they went on holiday, and they put a picture of the three of them on a plane, flying somewhere on holiday.
Madness.
Just not necessary journey, just we're going celebrating. So,
craziness. Right, I think I'm gonna have to end it there. I've got a football match to try and watch, and then probably fall asleep on the sofa because I've been up since 2 a.m.
I'll end mine as well. What team do you support, by the way?
Arsenal. Go on, hate me.
No, I'm a Blackburn fan, so no.
Blackburn?
Yeah.
What happened to Blackburn?
We got took over by people who didn't understand the game, literally didn't understand the game at all, and they made such horrendous decisions, and we've never recovered.
The glory days of Alan Shearer and Sutton and all of this. I used to like Blackburn. I was going to do a couple of super chats before I get out of here. So Unfornicated, I did a video on it on my channel. That was the Liberty thing that he was talking about. And Simon Hansen, 10 New Zealand dollars. Thanks, Simon. David Liars and Angels of Shite getting desperate, doing a recruitment run and live streaming to a couple of schools soon. Are they? They're like live streaming to schools soon, David Weiss and all that. They live stream to schools now. Fuck me. What sort of schools are letting them in to do this?
Well, I think there is a school, but it's like a critical thinking class. So they allow them to spout their nonsense, but then afterwards they're like, okay, let's laugh at how this is wrong.
Yeah.
But Dave Weiss never shows that bit.
Oh, no. He wants everyone to look at they've invited us because they believe it and they're critical thinkers. Right, okay. Cheers, cats. Thanks for that. We'll have to do another one again in a few months or something. When there's something, we'll run through some soppy videos or something like that. But it took us 2 months to get this one together, so don't hold your breath.
I'm not the most organised, but no, thanks for turning up, mate. I've enjoyed the chat.
Thanks, mate.
It's been great.
Cheers.
All right.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Set up. Bye-bye. Right, we're still on here. What's this bollocks? Oh, that's the email. Yeah, so I'm off then. Thanks, everybody, for joining today. Where am I? Yeah, there. If you noticed my top today, you just made the list. Not available anywhere, by the way. But I see quite a lot of, in the chat there was quite a lot of, what's the names? So I've got to play some sound bites for those people that were asking for them earlier.
What?
There's that one. I saw that one come up. I didn't put anyone on the list today. Has anyone been a dickhead in the chat today that needs to go on the list? Anybody? Oh, CK. CK could go on the list. CK!
You just made the list!
Megan!
You just made the list!
There you go. 2 of you. I've just seen you down the last 2 that have posted. Is anyone else? I'll wait a minute to make sure that there's no flat earthers in or something that want to go on the list. Oh, Dan! Oh, yeah, he's got to go on there.
You just made the list!
In fact, Dan...
You just made the list again!
Can go on there twice. Oh, no, but then Dan sent me loads of super chats today.
You just unmade the list!
You're not on there. You have to try and get on there again.
You just made the list!
Didn't take long, did it? Right, cheers, everybody. I'm off to watch the game. The soccer game. Hang on.
Gas go down, go boom, boom,
Do a
my
bit of
friend.
that one.
No, you can fuck off.
There you go. Everyone's on there. Oh, conspiracy music.
You just made the list.
Right, see us all later. Adios, and I'll probably be back on Sunday. Oh, by the way, Mad Lion has decided that he wants to do Sunday now, and he's definitely going to show up. He then messaged me and said, actually, Saturday, not Sunday. And I said, fuck off, Mad Lion. Sunday or nothing. And he hasn't come back to me, so we'll wait and see what happens with old Sane Lion. Cheers, everybody. Catch you later. Adios.